Hey guys, today we're going to work on the converse of Pythagorean theorem. So before we talk about the converse, let's review. The Pythagorean theorem is if a right triangle, or if a triangle is a right triangle, then a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That was from the notes from the last lesson. So remember, if we're doing the converse means that we are switching the if with the then. So this is my if, here's my then. So that means that the then is now going to become the if. So if a squared plus b squared equals c squared is true, then the triangle is a right triangle. So now we're just going to go backwards, okay? Now we're going to determine if these triangles are in fact right triangles. So let's look at example A. So we know that the longest side is the hypotenuse, so we're trying to figure out if this is a right triangle. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. So we have 6 squared plus 8 squared, and we're going to see if that equals 10 squared. So we have 36 plus 64 is equal to 100, and then 36 plus 64 is 100. So I got 100 is equal to 100. So that means yes, it's a right triangle. So I put a question mark in the angle box originally because I didn't know if it was a triangle, but now I know it's a right triangle because I got 100 is equal to 100, so this is in fact a right triangle. So let's do the next one. On the next one, you have a 3 root 10. So if you're not sure if that's the hypotenuse, even though it looks like it's the hypotenuse, you can plug it into a calculator to check. So when you plug that in to a calculator, it's approximately 9.5, making it the hypotenuse, so it is the larger side. So we're just going to do Pythagorean theorem again. So we have 3 squared plus 9 squared, and we're going to take the whole thing of 3 root 10 squared. So we have 9 plus 81, and then remember, 3 root 10 squared means 3 root 10 times 3 root 10, okay? So for this one, remember, you multiply the whole numbers. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then root 10 times root 10 is going to give me root 100, which is just 10. Okay, and then 9 plus 81 is 90. So we have 90 is equal to 90. So that is a true statement. So yes, it's a right triangle for this one as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put the little box in there. Okay, let's look at letter C real quick. I'm going to plug this into my calculator. So if you do the square root of 7 and then multiply that by 6, I get 15.8. And that's definitely the longest side, so that we're trying to figure out if this is a right angle down at the bottom right. Okay, so we have 10 squared plus 12 squared is equal to 6 root 7 squared. 10 squared is 100. 12 squared is 144. And then when we're doing 6 squared, so we're going to do 6 root 7 squared, so we're going to do the 6 squared, which is 36. And then we're going to do root 7 squared. So root 7 times root 7 is just 7. Then 100 plus 144 is 244. And then 36 times 7 is 252. So this one is not a right triangle because 244 does not equal 252. So not a right triangle for that one. Sometimes you will have some examples like in D where you're not given a triangle, you're just given side lengths. A lot of the time they do put them in order for you as far as like the hypotenuse usually coming at the end, but it's always a good idea to check on a calculator to make sure that they did in fact do that. So 2 root 2 is approximately 2.8. And then the square root of 6 is approximately 2.5. And the square root of 14 is approximately 3.7. So we know that 14 is going to be my hypotenuse. So let's go ahead and work this one out. So we have 2 root 2 squared plus the square root of 6 squared. And we're going to see if that is equal to the square root of 14 squared. So 2 root 2 squared, so you're going to do 2 squared, which is 4. And then you're going to do root 2 times root 2, which is the square root of 4, which is just 2. So root 2 times root 2 is just 2. Root 6 times root 6, the radical will disappear, and so will the exponent. And then root 14 times root 14 is just 14. So 4 times 2 is 8. And then 8 plus 6 is 14. So we have 14 equals 14. So yes, it's a right triangle for letter D. We're going to continue to use the converse of Pythagorean theorem, and we're going to relate it to the Pythagorean inequality theorems. So let's do letter A. So we have 7 squared plus 9 squared is equal to 18 squared. So we have 49 plus 81 is equal to 324. And then when you add 49 and 81, you get 130 is equal to 324. So these are definitely not equal. Okay, look at letter B. 11 is going to be our hypotenuse because it's the largest side. So 8 squared plus 10 squared is equal to 11 squared. So you have 64 plus 100 is equal to 121. 64 plus 100 is 164 is equal to 121, and you can see that these are not equal. So what does this have to do with anything? So you look down, Pythagorean inequality theorems. So for any triangle where C is the longest side, if A squared plus B squared is less than C squared, then the triangle is obtuse. So if you look up here at letter A, 130 is less than 324. So that means that this is an obtuse triangle. And then if you look at the next one, if A squared plus B squared is greater than C squared, then the triangle is acute. So if you look over here to letter B, we have 164 is greater than 121. So that means this is an acute triangle. So let's do a couple of these on the next slide. Okay, so we're going to classify these triangles as acute, obtuse, or right. So starting with letter A, we are going to do 6 squared plus 11 squared is equal to 14 squared. So 6 squared is 36. 11 squared is 121. 14 squared is 196. And then 36 plus 121 is 157. And then 157 is less than 196. So because 157 is less than 196, we have an obtuse triangle. Okay, let's do the next one. So 7 squared is 49. 8 squared is 64. And then we're going to see if this is equal, less than, or greater than 9 squared, which is 81. So 49 plus 64 is 113, and 113 is greater than 81. So when it is greater, we have acute. Okay, next one we have 10, 24, and 26. So 10 squared is 100. 24 squared is 576. And then 26 squared is 676. So 100 plus 576 is 676, and 676 is equal to 676. So because they're equal, this is going to be a right triangle. Okay, last one. So I'm going to check these just to make sure I know they're in the correct order. So square root of 3 is approximately 1.7. Square root of 5 is 2.2. So we're good to go. So we have the square root of 3 squared plus 2 squared is equal to the square root of 5 squared. So remember, anytime we're squaring a radical, the radical and the exponent are just going to go away. So this would be 3, and then 2 squared is 4, so 3 plus 4. And then 5 squared is just 5, so 3 plus 4 is 7, and 7 is greater than 5. So when we have greater than, we have an acute triangle.